Hello, my Evilites! It is I, Evie Wishes, also known as Eve Wishes, but you can just call me Eve for short, and I am back. And this time I'm going to be playing some indie horror games that I found on itch.io. And this one that I have right here is called There's Something Wrong with My Blind Date, and it's a demo. And it is by C2PHOS. So, yeah, hold on. Let's see. Yep. Preferences, text speed, volume. And let's see what it's like here. Window. It's okay. So let's just start. Oh, my name is Eve. And I use she, her pronouns, hobby, let's see, cooking, reading, gaming, music, arts and crafts. Let's go with gaming. I mean, I like to draw, but, okay, a quote. Okay. Kittens are happiness. Okay, I feel good with that. So let's start. Okay, there's the scene. Tuesday. It's raining. Should have brought an umbrella. Should have brought an umbrella. You should have brought an umbrella with you. It wouldn't do you any good to catch a cold now. Roads are empty, night creeping into the city. Despite your protest, the nurses had to shoo you out, the visiting hours having been over. You try not to think about the hospital behind you. You try to ignore the image of your mom in that small white room, the smell of disinfectant, and the coughing of other patients in the ward. She's always been your hero. She taught you to be kind. She taught you to be strong. She raised you on her own and told you how proud she was to call you her daughter. It hurts to see her in that room, hooked up to all sorts of tubes and IV drips, her skin bruised from the needles. As usual, you had paid her a visit, and as usual, she gave you a reassuring smile, telling you that everything will be alright. Sorry, I guess. You tried to ignore what the doctor told you. Stage D heart failure. 1 year left, maybe less. Think about your mom. She's lost weight. Her eyes look sunken. The wrinkles on her face more prominent. Has her hero always looked this small? You look at the sky. You should get out of the rain. There's something wrong with my blind date. Location Glass Lounge Bar. A bell chimes as you open the door, announcing your arrival. Welcome to the Glass Lounge. Oh, it's you. Miss me? Particularly, no. You walk on over to the bar, taking a seat in front of CO2. Ah, I get it. He's an android. Okay. Eve. You're dripping water all over my floor. You turn to see the trail of rainwater left in your wake. Oh, shoot. Sorry, body. I didn't even realize. You grab a napkin and toss it on the top of the man-made puddle. But the cheap material simply integrates into soggy, smaller pieces. That didn't help, did it? No. These napkins suck, and while I'm at it, your toilet paper is probably the worst thing I've ever used to wipe my cheeks with. It feels like literal sandpaper. Management's been cutting corners. Not much I can do about it. Maybe you should... Achoo! You hastily wipe at your face. The android blinks. You can hear the sound of its motor stirring as it focuses its lenses on you. My scanners are detecting a drop in your body temperature. Nothing drinking a few rounds of alcohol won't fix. Fixing your problems and forgetting about them are two vastly different things. Counterpoint, forgetting is easier. We'll see how easy it is when you wake up in the dumpster behind 24/7 Diner on 7th Street with your wallet gone and your white shoe missing. Oddly specific. People tell me things. Your memory scares me sometimes, but I guess that's why you make the best drinks. Flattery will get you nowhere. Not even a discount? No. Boo. You hang your head, and a few droplets of water fly in different directions. The bartender seems unamused, as usual. I wonder if it's burnout attitude a result of its programming, or if it's just jaded from being stuck working in a bar for the past 2 decades. Say, that's a new... What's new as of late? Got any cool news stories to tell? That depends. What would you like to know? Let's go with current events. Current events, the news, things like that, you get constant updates, right? I do. RSS feeds, APIs, it keeps me up to date with all the latest information. Cool, you're like a newspaper encyclopedia all built into one. I'm technology mankind could have only dreamed of 500 years ago, and you dumb me down to a few bounded sheets of paper. Struck a circuit there, didn't I? Do you want to hear the news or not? Yes, please. Do you know of Paths? Paths? The company? The conglomerate. They originated with a diverse portfolio in making railroads, construction, oil, and in the past few centuries pivoted to other technological investments. In fact, I would not be here today if it weren't for their sponsorship of AI development. The creator's success is largely attributed to Path's financial backing. Wow, I didn't know about that. So what's up with them? Journalists and news outlets had become more aware that Path's board of directors are currently undergoing some kind of internal conflict. Not much is known at the moment, but stakeholding are uneasy, and the media is constantly on the search for any bit of information. Split between the board would greatly impact company performance and internal policies, resulting in instability for the organization as a whole. And nobody wants to see one of the oldest, largest conglomerates in history fall apart. It could result in a major economical shift and the loss of jobs for millions. Well, that's no good. Sai stretching her arms into the air. I was hoping this would cheer me up, but I don't think that really helped. I admit I'm not equipped to assist you with your personal problems. I think at this point they've come up with some sort of emotional support software for you guys. Androids have no need for emotions that would pose a security risk. I sometimes forget that you're not a real person. I kind of see you as a buddy. Android shakes its head. Don't mistake what we have as friendship. Human connections do not mean much to me. Fortunately for both of us, I'm not the only one in your life. Our terminal that's behind me. Good support network, Eve. And people who really care for you. You should make the most of it. Speaking of which, here comes one now. Eve? Eve, hi! Pops! What the coincidence? What are you doing here? We just finished up at the lab. Professor Joy held us up to go over some of our findings. Anyway, I was on my way home when the rain started to really pour. I didn't bring an umbrella with me and the bar was nearby, so I thought I'd come in here to wait out the worst of the storm. The weather caught us both off guard, huh? Somebody should fire the rain guy. The meteorologist. He can meteorologize fists. Better watch out, weather boy. You're paying for my dry cleaning. Anyway, sit. Grab a drink with me. Might as well since you're already here, right? On a Tuesday night? Eve, I have classes tomorrow morning. Oh, come on, pups, loosen up. But he doesn't seem to be budging. Perhaps you'll have to resort to using that. Use that? When times call for desperate missions. Clasp your hands together and put on your best. Puppy, please. I don't want to drink alone. You can see his on over to you, only to pause mid-step above the puddle of water still pooled underneath your seat. I forgot about that. From your peripheral vision, you can see CO2 grab a mop. Eve, you're soaked. How long were you outside? A while? Hold on. I want to make sure my voice can be heard. Because this was... Hold on. Let's turn the volume down. Okay. Return. Is that better? Just waiting for the thing to... Okay. Maybe just a little more. Change of clothes on you? Or something to dry yourself off with? I didn't really bring my bag out with me today. Ah, jeez. He zips open his backpack, digging through his notebooks and papers. You need to be more careful with your health. Prolonged exposure to the cold will negatively affect your immune system, increasing your risk of catching a cold or flu or virus. It'll be fine, pups. You know what they say, idiots can't catch colds. You're not an idiot, though. He pinched at his cheeks endearingly. Whatever you say. Sniffle your nose runny, guess the combination of cold weather and wet fabric got to you in the end after all. We should get you dried off a bit, Eve. Puppy, still digging through his backpack, finally procures a white towel. Found it. It's clean, in case you were worried about that. Scrunch your face up. Seriously, pups, I'm fine. And why do you just carry a towel around with you? It's convenient. I use it as a pillow sometimes when I need to sneak in some sleep between classes. That's not weird, is it? I don't know. What do you think, bartender? Very odd. Why not just bring a pillow at that point? I mean, towels could be used for other stuff, too. Like dipping in chloroform to knock people out? No. I meant, like, using it as a picnic blanket. Nothing but excuses. We've got him cornered now, Detective Eve. Indeed, chloroform kidnapper, your evil deeds, and here and now. You guys do know that the application of chloroform via inhalation is a lot more difficult than just dipping a towel in it and holding it over somebody's mouth, right? What? Is that supposed to be common knowledge? No. Pretty sure only a killer of the serial variety would know that. Guys, I'm not a serial killer! We're just messing with you, pups. Besides, dripping the towel over your head. You know, for someone who claims to be an emotionless robot that doesn't care about human connection, he seems to be good with bouncing off people. And oh! Hey, poor gal. Sorry I didn't say hello sooner. So how you doing? So anyway, sorry I didn't say hello earlier. I was distracted. So anyway, on with the game. got it. Not wanting to inconvenience him, you grab the towel yourself, hastily rubbing it against your head. You can feel your head drying off, but at the cost of a serious case of entanglement. Trying to salvage the situation, you attempt to sift your fingers through the clumps of hair to no avail. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain to come through later. Well, it's okay. Nothing some conditioner won't fix. Feeling a little more comfortable now that your head is dry, you give Puppy a big thumbs up. Thanks, pups. I didn't want to use the napkins here. Me neither. It feels like sandpaper. Sandpaper. The two of you shared a conspiratory giggle. By the way, I didn't get to ask, but is that a new sweater? I won it at a trivia booth at the local snail convention. Snail convention? Yeah, SnailCon! There's a joke to be had here. Spare him. You can't do it. Not too sweet, little puppy. With great effort, you push down the thought. CO2, having finished mopping up your puddle, returns to its post behind the bar. You two seem close. Yeah, well, we're practically attached at the hip. Him and I have been tight since elementary. You grab onto Puppy's arm for emphasis. He smiles in return. How did you two even meet? Aside from the fact that you attend the same school together, I do not have too much information on your history with one another. Strike a dramatic pose in response. It can't be helped. There's a lot you don't know about me. I'm really just a dark and mysterious individual. Kinda hard to consider you dark and mysterious when I've seen you hunched over the bathroom stall throwing up alcohol poisoning. The lighting's bad in those restrooms. Maybe you just mistook me for someone else. No, you're here so often that the image of your sad, pathetic form is practically burned into my memory card. You turn to Puppy for help, but he shrugs half-heartedly. You do frequent this place probably more often than you should. Could be. Traitor. Anyway, do you want to know the story of how me and Pups met? Trying to change the subject. Definitely trying to change the subject. Ooh, I think I was 8 years old. I was playing at the old park near the sea, the one with the hills leading down towards the shore. Oh, I'm doing fine! Anyway, I've been to SummerCon at the Puyallup State Fair, or the Washington State Fair in Puyallup, and I had a lot of fun. And I've been doing okay. And as you can tell, my playthrough of Life Gen in my previous stream, well, crashed, and I ended up losing all the progress. So, yeah. So, yeah, I wanted to make use of I want to make up for that lost progress by playing an indie game. Okay. With a story behind it, so it feels like a hazy snapshot or a fading image. I think I was picking dandelions. I thought they looked pretty, and I wanted to bring something nice back for my mom. It was a simpler time. Mom hadn't been diagnosed yet. I shook away the thought. And as I'm picking these dandelions, making little flower crowns, I hear someone yell in the distance. It happened in a flash. I see the sky, then I'm falling backwards, tumbling through the grass. Next thing I know, there's a sharp stabbing pain in my ankle and a crying boy in my arms. Turns out somebody, not naming any names, completely neglected to check his surroundings while trying to catch a ladybug and crashed right into me. Lady beetle, actually. They're beetles, not bugs. Ladybug is a misleading term because they're not really a bug. Real bugs, true bugs, are insects from the Hemiptera order. Instead, lady beetles belong to the Coleoptera order, which typically have an elytra that distinguishes. Papillidae story. Oh, right. Is that Puppy's full name? And I got a little bit too caught up in the chase and ended up colliding with Eve. Yeah, I think I just, I kept forgetting to, save my progress. I did not anticipate the game crashing, which isn't my bad. Basically, we both fell down a hill. I sprained my ankle and he fractured his arm trying to break the fall. They sent us to the ER together. We were in there for a while, and the whole time, Puppy wouldn't stop crying. I think he was more worried about my ankle than his arm, because he was just scared I'd never be able to walk again. Now I think about it, you made me a promise back then, didn't you? His face flushes red, looks like he still remembers. What was it again? I don't know. He definitely knows. You said I'll take responsibility for you, Little Pups thought he'd have to become my permanent caretaker. My, how bold. Hey, it was serious, okay? I mean, if you were hurt. Looking at him now, you found his reaction. Cute. Huh? I said you're cute, silly. Pups looks away, face red. Oh, thank you? You're welcome. Anyway, we somehow ended up inseparable by the time we came out of that ER. And, well, you wrap an arm around Puppy's shoulder, pulling him for a side hug. We've been best friends ever since. Missed opportunity, you could have sued for personal injury. The way Isn't me, or did the art style change suddenly? Don't pick on the poor guy. He was just excited to show off cool bugs, beetles to his friends. And plus, we wouldn't have met if he didn't crash land onto me. So all's well that ends well. 2 bodily injuries for a chance meeting seems hefty to me. Honestly, a broken bone was a small price to pay for me to meet Eve. I'd happily break more if it meant I could be friends with her again in another life. It gives you a genuine smile. You will always be my first pick. Puppy's awkward at times, but he's always been straightforward and honest about his fondness for you. So, it's one of the many things you like about him. You can't help but return his smile. Oh, hold on a second. Excuse me for a second. I have to excuse myself. But I'll be right back. And I am back. Sorry for the long wait. And you're my first pick too. But no more broken bones. I prefer having you around in one piece. Speaking of that park, though, I wonder what happened to it. Is it still there? No, I was in the area once and stopped by. They completely demolished it. There's a large commercial building standing in its place now. Oh, that's a little sad. Yeah, I miss it too. That hill was special to me. We turned to face CO2, who looks almost amused. Can robots even feel amused? What? Nothing. Just an observation. Now, are you two ready to order, or am I going to have to peacefully escort you off the premises? Puppy doesn't even miss a beat. One A-Gap's devotion for me, with extra strawberries, and a sugary rim. The usual then. And you, Eve? Mania's infatuation. You glance at the menu. It's vodka stained crimson by the raspberries and black cherries floating at the top. I've never seen this drink before. Is this a new menu item? CO2 follows her gaze. Mania's infatuation. We've just added it recently. I can't say I'd recommend it, though. We've already gotten multiple complaints about the taste. Maybe you're losing your touch, old bot? Or maybe it's just a cruddy drink. The idea of ingesting God's awful vodka has your interest piqued. I love cruddy drinks. Give me one. It's your funeral. You watch in silence as the android begins to measure out the portions of your drinks with extreme precision. It's almost mesmerizing. He gives you a small tug on your sleeve, breaking your concentration. Eve? What's up? Well, after you're done with your classes, are you free? It depends. Why? Oh, just to hang out. I want to check out that new commercial building you mentioned, the one where the park once was. And you don't have to decide now, just let me know by tomorrow. Sure, but what's with the sudden interest? I'm curious about it, and, you seem kinda down. I thought maybe it'd help cheer you up. How could you tell? I thought I was acting pretty normally today. It's just a feeling. He's always been oddly perceptive of your emotional state. Is it about your mum? Or maybe he's just an Esper. You sigh, resting your face against this cool surface of the bar. Yes, I went to visit her today. Did her condition worsen? Stage D. Puppy goes silent, well aware of the implication of those words. He's been studying pharmaceutical sciences for a few years now, and it is even the subject of him and his team's research work. To think that the little boy who wanted nothing more than to have the world's largest insect collection was now working to create medicine that would help others. You pause. Hey, wait, you've always wanted to be an entomologist, didn't you? Study bugs, follow your parents' footsteps in zoology? I did. Then why do you switch to a track in medicinal chemistry? I mean, it's clearly you're smart enough to pursue entomology, and it's something you're still passionate about, so why didn't you? Well, I do like entomology, and it would have been nice as a career choice too, but... He tilts his head to look at you. I found something else that I wanted more. Even more than an insect collection? Puppy giggles. Way more. Sorry to interrupt, but your drinks are ready. Straighten out in your seat as CO2 sets your mania's infatuation in front of you. Oh, looks good. Thanks, old bot. You're welcome. You two enjoy yourselves. Ring me up if you need anything else. With that, the bartender gives you an indiscernible, almost smug look before disappearing behind an employees-only door. It's just you and Puppy now. He looks at the sugar rim on the rim of his glass before taking a tentative sip of his drink. How is it? Good. CO2 pretty much has my preferences down to a T. What are your preferences, anyway? Huh? For drinks. Oh, well, I like sweet things. But not artificial sweet, more like fruity sweet. Natural sweet. Oh, I get that. I feel like artificially sweetened things tend to leave a weird aftertaste. It might be because of the sweetener used. Saccharin and ursulfame K possess an intrinsic, lingering bitter aftertaste, which increases with higher concentrations. I have no idea what any of that means, but I concur. You pick up your own glass, admiring the intricate work that went behind airing the liquids inside. Then tentatively, you take a sip. Your face sours up. CO2 was right. This does taste like crud. The vodka itself is flavorless, instead of relying on the black cherries and raspberries sprinkled in it for added taste. Even still, it does nothing to mask the ill sensation that comes with it. You feel like throwing up. Puppy downs the rest of his drink and wipes his mouth with a napkin. Then he fidgets around for a moment, something clearly on his mind. You decide to let Pups work up the courage on his own. You don't want to pressure him into sharing something he doesn't want to, and if it's important enough, you figured he'd come around to telling you eventually. He tugs lightly on his stray hand of hair, a nervous habit of his. Finally, he takes a deep breath. You're probably the strongest person I know, Eve. You always face your hardships head-on without any complaints. And, well, I really look up to you for that. I think it's an admirable strength. But, whenever you're feeling down, you tend to hide it from other people. Even if you're really, really struggling, you still go about your day with a smile as if nothing is wrong. He peers at your face, gouging your expression. I know I'm not the best person to talk about this kind of stuff with, but I've been around you long enough to know when you're really hurting. So, it's fine for you to be sad. I'll never judge you for it, and it won't make me think any less of you if you do. He tugs at his a strand of hair again. I know there's not much I can do to help, but I'm here for you. For anything if you need it. Oh, sweet Apillidae. What did you do to ever deserve him? Very funny. You reach out for a hug, and Puppy immediately wraps his arms around you. It's instant comfort. He's soft, he's warm, he smells like the morning dew and fresh laundry. When's the last time someone's hugged you like this? You can't even remember. You hate crying in public. It makes you feel weak. Like you're inconveniencing those around you. But with Puppy, it's different. Somehow you feel like everything will be okay. He rubs at your back reassuringly as you bury your face into his scarf. Not fair. I haven't even gotten to repay her. You already did. I don't want to lose her. I know. I deserve to have my mom. You do. You stay there for a while, letting all your bottled-up emotions run free. Puppy continues patting you on the back in the smooth, gentle motions. It's comfortable here, so comfortable that you never want to leave. All good things must come to an end. Finally, you pull away, swiping at your tear-stricken face with your hands. Thank you. I needed that. He nods solemnly. I just wish there was more I could do for you. He pauses for a moment, seemingly dealing with some inner conflict. I'll work harder. Hey, you do plenty for me already. Who else would lend me a towel in my most dire hour of need? Puppy pouts unhappily. A serial killer, apparently. Oh, Pups, are you still mad about that? It was a joke. Puppy, come on. Okay, forgiven. Thank you. You sigh, leaning back in your chair. I gotta say, first my mom, then this sudden storm. I feel like my life's been nothing but a series of bad luck recently. Maybe someone cursed me. Look at me the wrong way, has a voodoo doll with my name on it. Whatever it is, I hope it passes soon. I'm just so tired of it all. Oh, wait, I've got it! He fumbles with the scarf for a moment before presenting you with something shiny. Here, you can have this. Pin's colors are a bit faded and chipped from years of wear, but it's clean. He's been taking good care of it. You've never seen Puppy go a day without this trinket, so it comes as a surprise that he's offering up something so precious to you now. They say lady beetles can grant you a wish. I know it's not a real one, but maybe the magic's still there. I didn't really take you for the superstitious type, being a STEM kid and all. Yeah, there are some things in this world that science just can't explain. You pick up the pen from his hands and carefully hook it onto your own shirt. Thoughts? Super awesome sauce! You think some of your genius will get transferred to me now, too? Now you're asking for too much. This is so childish. What's next? Don't tell me you two still believe in Santa Claus. Turn to face your uninvited guest. Luis Liu? Oh, good. So your eyes do work. Luis Liu, your friend, your enemy, you're not quite sure. She has the presence of a tornado, entering and exiting people's lives on her own whims without much regard for the destructive path she leaves behind. Ups? Yeah? This thing was supposed to bring me good luck, right? Well, there's no actual correlation between lady beetles and increased statistical probability in good fortune. Are you sure you didn't just curse me instead? I don't think so. Louise crosses her legs in response, not fazed in the slightest by your obvious displeasure at her appearance. Do you even know how long I've been sitting here? Nope. 10 minutes. I've been sitting here for 10 minutes waiting for either of you to take notice. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it was for me to watch you two flirt with each other? Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up. You know, you could have just said hi. I didn't want to interrupt your little moment. She impatiently taps her finger on the bar's countertop, clearly irritated. You're not quite sure what's gotten her so wild up. She's usually cool and composed. Something must have really ticked her off. Hi, Louise. It's been a while. She doesn't respond. Are you interested in lady beetles? I have an illustrated book that provides a look at the evolution of the insect family. Never mind. You sigh. So, Louise, are you here to finally apologize for ghosting me for the past 2 months? Look, I was busy. It was not done out of malice. I'm not an idiot, Louise. You're mad that I didn't want to be your own personal little secretary, and you decided to take it out on me by ignoring all of my texts and calls. Believe whatever you want, Eve. I have neither the time nor the patience to correct every wrong notion a person's had about me. Maybe they're not notions. Maybe it's just the truth. You know, it's not like you had a great reputation in the first place. Before we even met, I heard all these bad rumors about you. And I thought it was just because people were jealous. I mean, you're rich, you're conventionally attractive, and you've got charisma, in your own way. So I thought maybe you were misunderstood. Maybe people just didn't like seeing a successful woman and wanted to put you down. And now that I do know you, I can say this for sure. You're just objectively a terrible person. The only reason you ever keep people around is because they still have something of value to offer you. As soon as they outlive their use, you toss them aside. Louise doesn't even bat an eye at your accusation. Eve, everything in this world is transactional. You give something in the form of time, labor, or money, and you receive something of similar value in return. Friendships are transactional. Love is transactional. Even families are transactional. It's not uncommon to see fights break out amongst relatives or over financial reasons. If something or someone loses its value, it gets thrown away. That's just how the world works. As long as someone has the talent or can provide value to my life in any way, I am more than willing and happy to compensate them for their time and effort. And I have always been fair in upholding my end of the bargain. I think the reason you are so upset with my lack of communication is because you're mistaken about our relationship with one another. I'm not your friend, or your companion, or your partner, or your lover. I'm just here to do business, so don't go growing any personal attachments to me, because I won't for you. Glad we're on the same page then, because I never want to see you again. An air of tension stagnates between the two of you. Finally, Louise sighs. Goodness, I don't know why I'm still here. Normally I'd have left by the first insult and plotted your downfall by the second. How generous. So why haven't you? I don't know. I've been asking myself the same question as of late. Perhaps it's pity. No, it's more like sympathy. What happened to not developing any personal attachments? Perhaps it's because it's one of the few times I can relate with someone else. I know about your mother's condition. That catches you off guard. Why the heck are you digging around through my life? Just hear me out, Eve. I'm no stranger to the grief you're experiencing right now. I lost my mom and Bob when I was 17. Losing one's parents, it's not a pain I would wish upon anyone else, and I mean that. She seems genuine. There's a hint of profound bitter sadness behind her ardent gaze. You never liked Louise, but you do, to some degree, respect her. Despite her questionable methods, she's always been capable and firm, a woman who, much like you, stubbornly refuses to show even a moment of weakness to others. You've always viewed her as this unshakable pillar, not to be looked down upon nor pitied. But right now she doesn't look like a towering figure of steel will and unshaken resolve. You look at her and all you see is a vulnerable young girl. Despite your feelings of sympathy, you remain quiet. She's hurt plenty of people throughout her life. Her past sufferings do not justify her present actions, nor does it warrant any commiseration from you. Louise Liu is bad news, and you want nothing to do with her. But beyond that, Van is much more prone to her display of sadness than her. But, what happened? I don't know the full story. The police only ever figure out bits and pieces based on circumstantial evidence from the crash. It happened 6 years ago on my birthday. My brother insisted that we all go celebrate at a family villa. The trip would take a few hours by car, and we would have to cross a mountain to get there. Obviously, I didn't want to go. I wanted to spend my birthday with my friends. But Liu Ren was the family's beloved baby boy, so naturally Mom Ba listened to him. The morning of our departure, I came down with a particularly nasty fever. Our physician said I would need to rest in bed for at least a few days. I was quite pleased with this turn of events. But Liu Ren got upset. He would have me go, even despite my being sick. Luckily, my parents had a sliver of sensibility left. They had me remain at home while they left for the trip themselves. She goes quiet. Then this next moment part is difficult for her to share. The rest is, like I said, bits and pieces. I don't know the full truth. I don't know if I ever will. Police found the wreckage. They think they must have been rounding a bend when a deer or some other large animal jumped in front of the vehicle. Driver ended up veering them all off a cliff, straight into the woods below. Search and rescue combed the area for weeks. They found the car, but never the bodies. Not the driver, nor my family. But on the 13th day of their search, something finally came up. My little brother. They found him wandering around the wreckage in the days. No clue how they missed him before. He was immediately sent to the hospital where he was questioned by authorities. And would you believe it? He couldn't remember a thing. The doctors say it's retrograde amnesia brought on by some form of trauma. You don't sound convinced. Because I'm not. I find it hard to believe that a 14-year-old boy could survive on his own out there for 2 whole weeks, all while somehow managing to slip under SARS radar. And for the 3 bodies to just disappear. Even wild animals leave tracks behind when they bury their meals. The trip was his idea. He insisted I come. My fever must have thrown a wrench in his plans. It must have been premeditated. He must have had outside help. But he wouldn't do that, would he? He's your brother. Not by blood. That's news to you. He's adopted? No. You're adopted? She looks irritated at your line of questioning. Yes, my parents couldn't conceive, so they adopted me. But it turns out all they needed to do was to try a little harder, because 3 years later they pop out the baby boy they've always wanted. You might have accidentally poked at an old wound. Luis, Stop. I already know where this is going, and I didn't share because I didn't share because I wanted to be pitied. She sighs, brushing off her dress. Lucky me, right? Adopted by a wealthy family. It's quite literally the dream for most people. It's not that simple. My days of luxury are short-lived. Soon my brother will turn 20, and when he does, he'll have full control over the family and its finances. I'll be entirely at his mercy. What? You two are siblings. What, shouldn't you both be receiving something? The Lus are old money. They have customs and traditions deeply rooted into a patriarchal lineage that spans centuries. For my brother, that means he's immediately first in line to become the family head, to inherit everything that otherwise would have been mine. As for me, I'm going to be married off to whichever family will best secure my brother's position within high society, auctioned off like cattle. And I highly doubt a boy who killed his own parents and meticulously removed all evidence of his crime has any room left in his heart to hear out the woes of his dear adoptive sister. This doesn't seem like a very shell-yeah situation. I don't know what that means, and I don't even want to waste any of my brain cells trying to figure it out. But this next part is important, so listen carefully. I need to do a favor for me regarding my baby brother, and I'll reward you for your efforts. You blink once, then twice. That's why she sought you out today. I knew it. It's never that simple with you, is it? Everything has to be transactional. There's always a catch. You sigh, too tired to even let anger take over. Fine, I'll humor you. What deal do you want to strike this time? I can get your mom a heart transplant. No wait list necessary, no long procedures, everything paid for and taken care of with the best cardiothoracic surgeons money can buy. And what do you want in return? Louis smiles. I'd like you to find evidence of foul play regarding my brother's involvement in my parents' deaths. Like I said, Lou Ren will be turning 20 soon. He'll have a Guan Li ceremony to celebrate his coming of age, and then he will officially become the head of the family. I can't have that happening. I've already lost my parents to that monster. I refuse to lose their legacy as well. I'll need something big, something that'll permanently hinder his claim to the inheritance, while also helping me garner the support of our relatives and other family friends. Your head feels like it's about to burst. But how am I supposed to find any evidence? This happened 6 years ago. I'll be setting you up on a blind date with him. You and Puppy both give a weird look. She rolls her eyes in response. Of course, this is a date in name only. What I really want from you is to extract information out of him pertaining to my parents' case. If you succeed in bringing me back something useful that I can actually use, I'll have my people on standby begin the transplant operation on your mother. And if I don't, then the deal's off. This doesn't seem safe. What makes you so sure your brother will agree to this date, especially one that you set up for him? He will. These types of arranged meetings aren't uncommon for those within our circle. And since my network is larger than Lou Ren's, I've been tasked with appointing him blind dates in order to find a suitable marriage partner. I've been setting him up on these dates for years, and I know his type now, and I realize he has a tendency to slip up when he has something he wants placed in front of him. And I have confidence he'll slip. He's got a voracious personality that can only be satiated by someone with a strong will, someone such as yourself. So play along, wind him up, lure him in with false promises, and gather proof, any proof. If you can't find any, make it yourself, whatever it is that gets the job done. She tosses a folder onto the table. Here's information that my investigators have collected on him over the years. The photograph itself is outdated, but I recommend you read it over it. She points towards one section. His habits, his hobbies, his likes and interests. He's a very self-indulgent individual. He spends his time either pursuing the arts or enjoying fine dining. His mansion has a subsection dedicated towards the things he's collected over the years. She points towards another paragraph. His financial and travel records, purchasing history, and his contacts. And I He often takes trips to isolated places in the mountains. I went through great lengths to acquire it. He's a private person who doesn't enjoy showing his face in public since the accident. This seems extreme. Does it? Everyone says I'm just being paranoid, that he's simply self-conscious over his disfigurement, and that's why he's kept to himself since. But I know otherwise, and I know whatever it is that he's been hiding won't be so for long. I will reveal the truth, and I will get my revenge for everything he's done to me in the past. She gets up from her seat, ready to leave. You hastily run after her. Wait, Louise, this is all a lot to take in. I don't know if I'll even accept this deal. It's just... She ignores you, instead continuing her walk towards the door, where a man is already holding the door open for her, an umbrella in hand. When you make eye contact with her, you can tell that she already knows you won't be refusing this job. You only have one mother, Eve, and no amount of money can bring the dead back. If there is anything you need to prepare in advance, contact me. I'll provide it for you. And you promise that my mom will receive the proper treatment as soon as I come back with your information? I swear it. So work hard. I want payback for the wrong Badan, responsible for my parents' empty graves. And that's the end of the demo. Make sure to check out our Discord, Patreon, and socials for updates and announcements. My gosh! This has gone on for... Okay. Well then! I look forward to when this game comes out then. So, so far I like the art style, I like the humor. Yeah, this was a demo. So yeah, if this when the full game comes out, I think I'll play. Oh, sorry, I burped. I think I might play it when it fully comes out. So anyway, I'll be right back with another game. So stay tuned.
got a hold of you in time. You're wildly unprepared to enter this world, and I'd rather not see a human be torn apart by the fabric of reality. You can speak, can't you? In any case, I'm going to ask, what's your name? What's that? Who am I? Definitely not the Mothman. Now, how would you like to be addressed? Good choice. Spicing it up, are you? What's with the random questions? Well, those who lack a sense of self tend to disintegrate upon entry into this realm of existence. I'm just here to help jog your memory. Oh, great. Let's just zoom through these questions. So tell me about yourself. What's your preferred type of beverage? Name one of your greatest weaknesses. What's something you're ignoring right now? What would you say is your strongest quality? If you had an entire day to yourself, where would you spend it? If you were a cryptid, what would you be? Great, interesting. Now how do you envision yourself? seems my time here is up. Good luck, and know this, I'm rooting for you.
Greetings, mortal. Can't you just be normal? You slept through 3 alarms. I was getting desperate.
Excuse me?
That's cute.
sushi was suspiciously underpriced. Oh well.
Good evening, Freaksters! I'm your host, Madhouse Mike, live at Elkhorn County Radio. What's that? Seems my producer's letting me know that I am, in fact, dead. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks a lot. So, before we get started, I just wanted to give a shout-out to all my listeners. It is your support that keeps this show alive. So, as a thank you, I'll be starting tonight's show with some fan mail. Hey, lovely. You want to make thousands working with a flexible schedule from home? Of course you do. Join our loyal family and become the independent girl boss of your dreams. For a tiny fee of $1,200, you two can enroll in our courses and start feeding today. Join us and flourish, the Great Mother. Wow. Thanks much for that thrilling and oddly fleshy letter. Seriously, this thing is meaty.
Oh dear. Um...
Are you even trying? What the heck?
The one and only. I thought I'd scope out the perimeter before diving right in. So, is this the spirit you mentioned? I kinda expected something, more impressive.
I am a great and powerful cosmic guardian.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Who cares?
Let the crimes commence.
I did not realize my mic was silent. So that whole time I was trying to act my way through, I didn't say anything. My gosh. You shuffle in line behind Jamie as you examine the lobby. Stopping a moment, you realize that you're the only one with a flashlight. All of you can see in the dark? Indeed. My eyes can pierce any darkness. I actually rely on my capitate antennae with these big ol' eyes and my vision super insensitive to light. Okay, it's not seeing, but more like smelling.
You have got to be joking.
Atlas, can you go a day without mentioning your insectoid parts? I don't mind, really. You twirl the flashlight in your hand, nearly dropping in the process. Wandering around, Atlas tries the nearest door. After finding it locked, he shuffles over to the recording studio window and presses his face against the glass. Jamie kicks one of the trash cans over. Dozens of lime green soda cans come clanging out, scattering across the floor. For an unlocked and haunted house, it is surprisingly untouched. I almost feel bad trashing the place. Where do you think we'll find the ghost? You tune in the ghost frequency, right? Atlas gives a reassuring nod.
No feathers off my back.
It's fine if you didn't. I'll catch you up. So the show was basically this radio host, Madhouse Mike, reading ghost stories and urban myths off a script. It was all super cheesy and I loved it. I don't understand why. Anyway, he's the ghost we're looking for. Madhouse was an expert on the supernatural, so I'm certain he'll know something about your curse. Mike is playing a character, Atlas. Who knows what the guy is like off air? Jamie absent-mindedly crushes one of the spilt cans and tosses it back into the trash can. Aren't ghosts usually created from tragedy? He sounds normal enough to me. Atlas gaps.
Oh, I got a story about this one!
It was totally tragic. Madhouse died while advertising for some sketchy drink company. He thought he could bring in more listeners by drinking the entire sample box. It actually worked for like 2 seconds. I mean, really, who trusts a company named Toxic Waste Energy? That's terrible. He drank so much that his skin glowed green and he beefed it from all that radiation. The studio had to shut down and no one alive's been on air since. Do you even hear yourself? This is exactly what Madhouse would have wanted. Hosting a radio show for the rest of eternity. That sounds great.
You have got to be joking.
Turning into a restless ghost is easily the worst case scenario. It's funny, he carried me through those long nights at my old retail job back home. You know, before I got fired after being robbed twice and starting an electrical fire. The dude was a legend for us night owls. You truly are a bringer of bad luck. You're a literal devil. So, it's just a rumor? Rumors won't get us anywhere. Let's search the place and gather some information. And risk upsetting the guy when we're about to hop on to his radio show? No way. Upset?
Idiotic.
Atlas, we're trespassers. What do you think about this, Eve? Both Jamie and Atlas turn to you, expecting you to settle whatever this is. Jamie's right. We might find something useful, like a vault of haunted treasure or a portal to a ghost dimension. Atlas, think of all the exclusive merch. No, you could totally ask for an autograph. You think so? Actually, let's check out the record room. There's gotta be some shiny collector vinyls and tapes in there. Mothman's eyes sparkle. You know, for research purposes. Jamie brushes past you and opens the door before them, ushering the human to follow. Scratch that. I want this specter done with now. Hey, I was wondering, why do you come with us? I wanted to meet you. An average human moving to Longloop is a major big deal. What makes you say that? Folks around here tend to be occult, undead, or aquatic, which you are not. Nope. And something had to have brought you here. Jamie's expression darkens, their gaze trailing down before resting upon you. Your throat feels dry as you try to force a response. Well, I've known Atlas since like forever. He helped me unpack. No, something worse. Jamie, you're being awfully cryptic. I tend to be. Okay. Well, let's not jump to conclusions. You've decided Jamie is definitely annoyed with you. You must salvage this. So, you'll be there for Friday's movie night, right? Jamie's eyes light up, the flame atop their head flickering a warmer blue. Carrying stuff of sweet potatoes, chicken skewers, and jalapeno dip. Picture Jamie wearing a gong apron and oven mitts, all while carrying a tray of freshly baked snickerdoodles. You cook?
Excellent.
Hard time. I have so many questions. They called me the Grill Master. Jamie, I need answers. I need you to keep walking. Sure thing, Grill Master.
Do not say that.
With a grunt, you manage to shove the door open, knocking down a filing cabinet, blocking the doorway within the room. Stepping over the cabinet, you gaze around the office. The room is completely trashed. Loose papers are scattered across the carpet. Green sludge is smeared across the walls, and a bookshelf full of records and trophies are smashed to bits. Oh dear.
Oh, man!
No! What kind of monster did this? The Mothman scoops up a handful of shattered records, letting shards fall between his feathers. These were original copies! Why didn't you just download the digital album? No! It's about rich omnidimensional sound. Ignoring Atlas's muttering, Jamie runs their claws across the wall, tracing out the words written in faintly glowing slime. DailyGhostWatch.net. The heck does that mean?
Could this be right?
Sounds like a website. Atlas soaks up from the vinyl wreckage, wiping away his tears. It's just some blog that reports on abnormal occurrences. Makes sense. I was actually a mod there for like a month. You? Moderation's important. Yeah, you nerds better get snooping. I'll make it quick. Where should I start? Let's try computer. Sneaking around the office, you stop at the desk resting in one corner. The chunky computer hums with power and the monitor rests on the desk, a single sticky note slapped to its screen. It reads password deathproof in messy pen strokes. You click on the monitor, which blinks on and flashes a group photo of the studio members before sputtering out again. Clicking on the monitor once more, you click the minimize webpage and are greeted with a ghost hunting forum. Someone seems to have scoured the page, leaving comments and even arguing with users under the username RadioGhost1. One comment reads, "This guy sounds cool. I wonder what he was like in life." A response under the same username reads, "Great post. Heaven's really missing out, LOL." Scrolling down, you see that RadioGhost1's been banned for self-advertising. You're about to check the other tab open on the computer, but are cut short as something cold brushes against you. Turning around sharply, you see a human-sized figure crafted out of empty toxic waste can sits in the dusty office chair. The figure has a marker mouth hanging open in a smile. Its head built from a half-crushed water jug and paper clips strung together like hair. A name tag clipped to the forehead reads Debbie. This is seriously creepy. Let's see here. You look to the cork board nailed to the wall, taking note of the various pages tacked to the board. Marker mustaches are scribbled over a single group photo. A man wearing a red hoodie scratched out entirely. A printed out calendar is pinned to the wall with August 21st circled and labeled Doctor's Appointment. There's even a coupon for a free case of toxic waste energy tacked to the corkboard. Turning off the coupon, you bring it to Atlas, hoping for some insight. What's this?
Hold on a sec.
Oh, that's the drink that killed Mike Madhouse. It's that infamous soda brand known for its insane caffeine content. You immediately regret asking, but decide to keep the coupon anyways. Just in case? Atlas stands near the door, scrolling through his phone. Oh my gosh, he actually holds the phone in his little things. Apparently, the Daily Ghost wrote an article about Elkhorn Station. The Mothman skims over the blog post. Dude, they didn't bother mentioning Mike by name. Does that matter? Mike's just a faceless green poltergeist to these people. See? Literally no face. Atlas holds out his phone, showing a blurry green mask wearing a hat and a hoodie. It's difficult to make out. Isn't that how the whole cryptid gig works? I guess you're right. Jamie shrugs and turns away from Atlas, their tail knocking over the small trash can and spilling the contents over the floor. Whoops. Let's see here. You return to the computer to resume checking it out. The other tab left open was for a site called Boohoo Answers. Question: how to banish a ghost? Hi, I got a ghost living in my house, and it's going on 8 years. I've tried everything: psychics, priests, investigators, you name it. He won't leave. Help. 10 answers. Ask him to pay rent. That raise the price each month. Hang in there, sweet pea. If you need a medium, I accept virtual sessions. I'll share my website if you're in need of extra resources. Good luck. Dude, same. I've got a bloody ghost in my bathroom mirror, and she won't stop knocking on the glass. What does she want? This user was last online 725 days ago. You want to take a red marker and draw 2 touching circles, followed by a long oval connecting the shapes. Preferably on the wall. They act as a protection torch which will banish any spirits. Didn't work. Also, F you. Wanna know my secret? Garlic bread. I eat like 6 sticks a day and haven't seen a single ghost. You really think it's that easy to exile a vengeful spirit? If it were that easy, I wouldn't be here. You're all frauds. You see that the user has been permanently banned. Okay. Alright, nerds, we gotta go. Jamie gestures to the door, their tail flicking impatiently. Fine. There's no way I can salvage this. Atlas begrudgingly leaves the remains of shattered vinyls behind. Atlas briskly marches ahead. You walk like a pigeon. Following Atlas's voice, you and Jamie turn the corner and stop abruptly. He's fiddling with the doorknobs. It's totally jammed. Atlas is cut short as a hand shoots out from the door and grabbing at the moth's neck fluff. It stops confused and slinks back behind the door. Guess I scare him off? The door suddenly vanishes, leaving Atlas tumbling into the studio.
Well, well, well. What took you so long? Y'all three totally left me hanging. Dead air is a career killer in this line of work. You could have at least rescheduled with my producer.
Mean to Jug headed Abomination back in the office? Ah, so you met old Debbie. Not much of a talker. Madhouse Mike laughs at his own joke. Suddenly blinking into view, Mike appears in his full foolish glory. You're really real? Of course I'm real. You think I host a radio show just for kicks? I've been waiting for a special guest slot for ages. Oh my gosh, Mike, Madhouse! Atlas takes a deep breath, absolutely starstruck at the sight of his hero, a real urban legend.
Oh boy, I'm a huge fan!
Atlas looks up at Jamie, who's blankly staring at Madhouse, a wild look in their eyes. Jamie? Don't. You're here to join you on tonight's show and ask you some questions. I don't think it'd be a good idea. Madhouse pauses. To turn down such big fans. Except you, the one with the ram horns. I don't deal with doubles. Bold choice of words for a dead man. You're a fire hazard. Sorry, Jamie. I understand. Weak-willed spirits tend to all faint. Atlas does a giddy fist bump to himself and stands up straight.
Oh yeah!
Sweet! Yes, this is business. I am a serious business boy. Evening, ghosts and ghouls. We're back live at Elkhorn Radio, located just off Route 101 for those just tuning in. I'm your guest, the host, Madhouse Mike, and welcoming to the Witching Hour. We've got a special treat tonight, guests from the realm of the living. Why don't you introduce yourselves? Mike makes a nod, cueing the two in. Lex, if you're listening, you owe me $20. Now's not the time. He whispered to the Mothman, shooting him a glare. I'm Eve, and this is Atlas. We're both big fans.
Whoa.
Well, you've got guts moving to a town full of cryptids. I guess so. Were you scared? A little, but I know I'll be okay with my cosmic guardian around. A what? My ghost cat, Taro. She's meant to protect me, but, she tends to do her own thing. Where is Taro, anyway? Sounds like you've got a real affinity for spirits. And a knack for travel. You elbow Atlas, and the two of you exchange cheeky smiles. Then I suppose Trouble here's the one and only Mothman, prophet of the Silver Bridge, bringer of disaster. So what's it like being an omen of destruction? No, that'd be my dad. I'm just a Mothman, not the Mothman. I can't really control my visions either. I'm just here helping out a cursed friendo. You can see the future? Heck yeah! Give us a prophecy, Mothman! Atlas looks a little frazzled, his eyes starting to which way. Like on the spot? I wanted to talk about Eve's curse. It's okay, just go with the flow. What's in my future? Okay, sure. Yeah, I can try. Closing his eyes, the one man folds his wings and tilts his head to one side as if trying to listen in on something. Nope, never mind. I can't do this. Why not? I guess ghosts are just too dang hard to read. Can we move on to the next bit?
Yawn!
Seriously? Sorry, man. It was worth a shot. You feel a little underwhelmed. What about my future? Eve, you're gonna oversleep and wake up with a headache. Oh, man. You're definitely underwhelmed. Any tips on how to set these things into motion? How am I supposed to know? Fate is stupid and impossible to figure out. Wow, real inspiring stuff, little dude. Mike waves his hand around, shaking his head with a smile. I say we move on to our next segment. How about some episodic callbacks? It should be a total breeze for such big fans. Yep, I'm a real mega fan. Episode 15, which undead horror did we interview on the show? You sit there quietly, shuffling your feet and tapping the counter, unsure what to say. Some sort of spooky spaghetti? A ghost cat? Okay, is there a way I can save? I won't say what they mean. File. Okay. Bloody bones! Muffin throws a wing up into the air, explaining the answer. Pulling your arms across your chest, you sink into their chair with a scowl. Perfect! This is a spicy one! In episode 26, who was Bigfoot's secret lover? It's on the tip of my tongue. The squeak? The goat man? Not bad. Though you really ought to give your friend here a chance. Mike snickers. I'm a little unprepared here. Right, I'm getting ahead of myself. In season 1's finale, what news broke that night? Atlas gently taps on the foot with a tail and whispers to you before you can answer. It was an alien abduction. It was aliens! Oh yeah? So many episodes of my show aired on the radio. Atlas whispers to you in a hushed voice. 32. 32! Correct. Madhouse smiles thoughtful. Next question. What did I have for breakfast? Look to Atlas for an answer, but he doesn't respond. I don't know. Ghost is absolutely thrilled by Atlas's answer. Any real listener would know I skipped breakfast. That's totally unfair. Oh yeah? Hey Atlas, who sponsored season 2's recap episode? Atlas shudders. I skipped the ad breaks. How do you skip? What toxic waste energy? It was toxic waste. But don't try. Cutting to the commercial. He points at Atlas. You. Me? You'll be helping me out here. Wow, okay. No, you all know that I personally love toxic waste. In fact, I drank so much that my skin turned green. But I can recognize my own biases, so just don't take my word for it, Atlas pal. Why don't you try out their newest flavor, Beyond the Grave? A can of toxic ray suddenly appears in the Mothman's grasp, as though he had always been holding it. Atlas grips the can in his claws and cracks it open, letting the green foam trail down his feathers. Yeah, sure, but didn't this lukewarm soda literally kill you? You'll give me an autograph though, right? Just drink it. Takes a sip. The moth drops like a rock. So what do you think? I'm sure we're all dying to know. Suddenly Atlas looks right back up and swipes away the green liquid trailing down his mouth. Wowzers, I feel like my skeleton could jump out and dance a jig. Seriously, Beyond the Grave will knock your socks off. You jump from your seat. Wait, what's going on? What did you do to Atlas? Relax, it's only temporary. Assuming you can get through this next segment, it's time for my favorite game, Fake or Folklore. Can I just say I really enjoy our time together, Maddie?
Yawn!
Anyway, why don't you explain the rules, Flyboy? Atlas jitters unnaturally, his antennae stretching as he speaks. Sure thing, Maddie. The rules are easy. Mike here will describe a cryptid and you have to guess what it is, and if you get it wrong, you'll suffer a tiny penalty. If you are alive by the end, you win. A penalty? I'm guessing you'll kill me if I refuse to play. No way, I'll just be leaving Atlas as collateral, so by all means, leave your precious Mothman behind. I could use a co-host. Fine, I'll play your stupid game. You plop back down in the cushion office chair and fold your arms. Couldn't have said it better myself, Flyboy. Now let's get started with some fake or folklore. Question 1. Sighted in 1971, the Missouri monster, Momo, is known to scare off attackers with what? Throwing heavy logs and rocks at supposed attackers. By throwing rocks and stuff to protect themselves? That's certainly an answer. Okay. Let me try. Strongly worded letter. Am I sending a strongly worded letter? I'm going to die here. That's certainly an answer. It stinks. Don't they smell really bad? I think they stave people off with their stench. That's certainly an answer. Come on, are you in trying? Completely right, I've gone softer than a marshmallow. Question 2. Old Ephraim, a cryptid found terrorizing Logan Canyon in 1923, was what creature? Bigfoot is too cliche, so a lost gray? It's, lost gray? I think you read something about this once. How daring. That house just used to have this was shaking like a rag doll. Wrong, the rag Okay. Wait, what? No! I made a mistake. You flinch from a sudden jolt of pain through your body. Wow. It'll only get harder from here. In fact, every question you get wrong will slightly increase the vitality we sap from you. Sorry, rules are rules. You're making up the rules. Someone's gotta make them. Next question. Now this is a good one. Question 3. The Rochester giant, sighted in 1965, crushed the hood of whose car? Harold sounds about right. Second name. No. I don't even know what the Rochester giant is. You're totally making stuff up.
What are you on?
Hey, no fair, Manny. Trick questions are totally against the rules. How are you this obnoxious? We're supposed to be under my complete control. I think we have time for one last question, as an encore to the folks at home. Mike leans into his microphone, lowering his voice to a low growl. Do you know what happens to cheaters? I make the rules. It's my show, my rules, my game. Let me see if the other answers. I make the rules. It's my show, my rules, my game. Okay, I'm just gonna... I kind of like the first answer better. So I make the rules. It's my show, my rules, my game. But suddenly blinks out only to reappear behind it.
You're just another fake fan.
In a flash, Mike melds with Atlas, and the two form a much larger, scarier creature.
Don't you know who I am? I'm a goddamn urban legend, and I'm done wasting my eternity in this place. Don't I deserve to be free? Somehow, even in death, I'm still working. All night, every day, all the time, forever. Well, I'm done with liars, fakers, and those goddamn ghost hunters. None of them ever cared about the real me. I quit! No more graveyard shifts, no more management, and no more fake fans.
Karen looks down at their hands and wiggles each finger.
Do you know what happens to fake fans?
Cryptid laughs, taking a wobbly step forward.
Look at their souls!
Atlas staggers forward and swipes his talons through the air, narrowly missing you. You roll off your chair onto the floor, and without realizing it, you sprint. Then, Atlas, what about a Friday movie night? Atlas can't hear you. We're gonna watch the extended edition of that one fantasy trilogy with director's commentary. The Mothman goes rigid and his attentive form. And subtitles? Fumbled with the door knob, trying to get it open. Atlas's left leg jerks to one side, almost hobbling the Mothman over.
Stop it!
He takes another step, but trips over nothing, like two drivers fighting for the same steering wheel. Are you crazy? We can't just combine. It's the radio, man. Moth sounds freaking stupid. Jamie, help! Jersey double cameras into the room, confused. They look around only to watch the possessed Mothman jerk and jitter towards the duo, wondering and clawing at his own feathers.
What?
Did Atlas get taller? That's the first thing you noticed? This is unforgivable. Aw, not used to being the armrest, but shorty. This isn't a contest! Feelers don't count. I think now it's time to fight. But that'll hurt him. Oh, so now you care. Gosh, Eve, I thought you were supposed to protect me. Huh? Let's make this quick. Atlas laughs in your face. Atlas opens up by chuckling an oversized stereo speaker with supernatural force. I'm gonna say... Jamie barely steps out of the way. Freebie, are you two even trying? Atlas furiously swipes his claws at the demon, who narrowly dodges the attack. Eve, I need direction. What do I even do? Choose a skill in the top left corner. Click it. How do I click? What am I supposed to do here? I'm clicking. Okay. Okay, that was a success. What does that mean? Let me explain the basics. Start. You see damage, base damage, but then you simply then modifiers and base vibrators. Hey, it's okay, take your time. You think you can't do this? If I heard Atlas, he would cry and I would never forgive myself. Oh, Atlas. Atlas, help! Not my problem. No! Shut up and fight. Please. 6 stats. Brawn, brains, guts, hustle, charm, and occult. Brawn is your physical strength. It's typically used as a bonus and modifier for physical attacking moves. Brain is a sum of your mental strength and general insight. It's the main stat used for out-of-combat investigation, plus the defensive stat against supernatural damage. Guts is your physical constitution and fortitude. It's used for things like resisting poison and illness, or physical damage. Hustle is your speed and hand-eye coordination. It's used as a modifier to avoid many attacks, as well as determine aim and effectiveness of split-second actions. Charm is your charisma and likability. It's mostly used for convincing people of things and swaying hearts. Occult is your attunement to the supernatural. Any magics or unnatural abilities outside the realm of physical prowess use occult. These stats are the modifiers used in rolls, as well as damage calculation for whatever move we're trying to use. There are stats also exclusive to combat encounters such as PAL mod, P to defense, and S defense. PAL mod refers to additional bonus to attacking power. Whenever damage calculation is involved, PAL mod is a flat bonus added to damage. P-Def and S-Def are similar to power, except it's a flat bonus defense against attacks. Damage is split into 2 types, physical and supernatural. Physical defense attacks being resisted by guts, and supernatural attacks being resisted by brains. Oh yeah, that, okay. Anything else? Oh, this isn't neat. So moves are typically laid out as success. This happens on a success. Failure, this happens on a failure. Check your modifier. When a skill does damage, in order to figure out whether it's resisted by P-Def or S-Def, just think of what it's doing. If it's punching, it's to P-Def, and if you're clinging a fireball, it's resisted by S-Defense. Anything else? So basically it's like special attack and special defense and physical defense. I think I got the gist. Great. I think that's everything. Hey, Jamie? It's okay. Jamie's totally fired up. The spark of determination gleaming in their wild eyes inspires you too. Maybe things will work out. Maybe you can do this. Let's save Atlas. Atlas freaks out. Closes their eyes and flame between their horns casts a cool light over their allies, mending some of their wounds. It's time to fight. Precision roughness. Jack. Okay, let's... Of course it doesn't work like that. Okay.
You're simply outmatched. Let's end this quickly. Repent in hell!
Don't you know who I am?
You losers really thought you could defeat me? What a joke. You're looking at the next Mothman, baby. Yeah. Not a Mothman, but the Mothman. No more patronizing stares or shifty glances, just sheer crystalline terror. I'm a legend. I'm a demon. I'm a... Atlas pops back to normal. I'm a little lightheaded.
Know your place.
The door to the studio buckles, splitting open as monstrous Taros bursts into the room with a triumphant meow. She knocks Atlas to the ground. While down on the floor, all battered and dazed, Atlas hacks up a mouthful of toxic waste. Taro, what the heck? Atlas, are you okay? Atlas gives you a weak thumbs up. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry for scaring you. Helping Atlas to his feet, you keep an arm around him as you nervously glance around. Where's Madhouse? Mike, you coward! Grasping at the air, the Jersey Devil exhales a gout of blue flame as they throw punches at nothing. Do you honestly think that'll work? Throwing another punch, Jamie winces at it as it finally strikes Madhouse's open palm.
Boom!
Coward! The ghost blinks back into view with a giddy laugh and a smile.
What?
Jamie yanks their hand away, but it's too late. Madhouse coiled his fists around their arm. Didn't I tell you? Jamie doesn't care. They swung in their head and slammed their skull against the ghost's face, leaving Madhouse sputtering. I don't deal with. Throwing their other fist, Jamie punches their arm through Madhouse's chest. Let me finish! They're both stuck. Jamie can't move their arms. Jamie bites and kicks but to no avail. They're tangled in an intangible mess. Way to go in the moment, bonehead! Madhouse tightens his grip around the devil. You wouldn't dare. What? I never possessed a demon before. Your soul will be incinerated.
Yawn!
So what? I'll manage. Either way, it's a win-win. Madhouse's jaw suddenly unhinges, a curled horn jutting out the side of his head. He claps a hand over his face and stifles a cry, his ghastly form flickering in the iridescent lights. I told you it wouldn't work. Jamie acts fast at taking this moment to finally tear their hand out of Madhouse's chest while he writhes, shaking an ectoplasm off their claws. Madhouse gets an encore. Jamie's trying to hold back for Atlas's attack. So, let's see. Yes.
Gotcha!
Atlas begins his rambling, making Madhouse get sleepy. In episode 301 of Slagnar the Werewolf Lover Barbarian, it's revealed that Slagnar's mom is actually... No, dude, stop. It's too dark. I'm getting sleepy. Madhouse takes 4 bottom damage. Madhouse's turn is delayed by 3 turns. Jamie lifts their weight, their tails swishing in time. And success.
You're simply outmatched.
You look to Tara nervously.
Let's end this quickly.
I should have known. Okay. Load. Show him what Jersey's made of, Jamie. Tara plus to heal. Wait, I wasn't sure if I actually managed to. Okay, just be safe. Okay.
Repent in hell!
Easy peasy.
Jimmy, I stress ate your winter jacket, and I've been too nervous to tell you I... No, dude, stop. It's too fitting. I wanted to believe you loved it here, working your dream job, but now I know that was a total lie. Get over yourself. You don't know me. I know you're on the road to eradication. A grin peels across the demon's face as he giggles to himself. You saw my future back there, didn't you? Uh-huh. No, I can't. I didn't. You're one liar. If you keep this up, you're going to die. Like, die. No one cares. Wait, what? Wait. Okay. Okay.
You're simply outmatched.
Wait, what? Oh boy. Come on. Yes.
Let's end this quickly.
Atlas jerks to one side and his red eyes flicker to a hazy green. He reaches down towards the demon and speaks. Maddie, I've heard you turn on us like that. I know you're you're struggling, but we're like your biggest fans. Can't we talk about this over some drinks? It's because I make up. You cannot autograph my shirt. I don't know you. Lunging at the Mothman, Madhouse is struck by a crushing supernatural force. Madhouse grabs his chest and freezes. What the heck? Atlas staggers back and shakes his head. Huh? Madhouse takes 9 damage, and Atlas coughs up ectoplasm, taking 1 recoil damage. Madhouse's brains is lowered by -2. Or it is lowered by 2. Okay. Madhouse is preparing to attack. Jamie is trying to hold back for Atlas's sake. Flops cutie, making her fluff up in defense. This feline's feeling fortified. Demon gargles, craning his neck back, but seems to protect everyone. No need to fear, Taro is here.
You're the real deal, huh? Guess that's a wrap, folks.
The ghost form flickers, Madhouse crumbling to the floor in an ectoplasmic heap. Let me finish this. Jamie steps forward, fire roaring in their eyes. No, I still have questions! You take hold of Jamie's arm, trying to hold him back. Is that all you really care about? You're all so clueless. Snapping up, Mike musters up the last bit of strength he has and latches onto you. You're coming with me. Starting awake, you blink spots from your vision, feeling oddly light. What is this place? Furrow your brows and shield your face from the pale white light. You glance down and see a harsh green outline below. It's Madhouse with a stunned look on his face and a firm grip on your ankle, holding you in place. Let go of me! No! You'll disappear. Isn't that the point? You want me gone? You kick and squirm, trying to break out of the specter's grasp. Hold on. Wait, just chillax for a second. Wheeling you in like a kite on a string. Madhouse finally lets you go and quickly looks away. Look, it's no big deal. I just dragged your soul out of your body and set you adrift in the void. You mean I'm dead? Yeesh, it sounds a lot worse when you put it that way. Where are we? Drifting in a doorway between the spirit and material world. I usually wake up here if I pass out at my desk for too long. No, give me a soul. No! You give me your soul! Nah. Why'd you drag me in here? What do you want from me? I need you as a vessel to escape. Don't you feel bad for me? Come on, you've seen movies, you know how this works. How this ends. I can tell you whatever you want. What's this about a pesky curse? You ball up your fist and awkwardly shift your weight as you glide through the air. Raising your eyes out, you throw your fist forward and it connects. Gah!
You're an asshole!
Ow, my nose! How do you even touch me? Mike brings a hand to his face, feeling the empty space where a nose would be.
You dragged me into this hell dimension, and newsflash, we're both ghosts!
You throw your arms over your head, gesturing around the empty vacuum of
Of
space.
course I feel bad for you, Mike. You didn't deserve to die, let alone become a monster, but now you're totally acting like one.
Mike is stunned, unsure what to say.
So if you're gonna eat my soul, you might as well do it already.
Gladly.
But I don't think you will. The Phantom backs off. You're right. I can't do this. Why not? I don't want to hurt you. I shouldn't have put any of you through this. I just don't know what else to do. I want to escape, but what if I up and disappear? All I have is this job. I can remember my old life. I can't even remember my old face. Mike tips his hat down, covering his eyes. Dang it. We're not going to disappear. Tell that to the other defunct nobodies out there. If you really want a fresh start, you could start a podcast. It's like a radio show you carry in your pocket. On your cell phone? Mike perks up, a slight twinkle in his dead eyes. You go take out your phone only to realize it's back in the material. I'll show you later. Even if you're a jerk. If it means anything, I think you're worth more than this crusty old station. Mike hesitates a moment before throwing his arms around you, giving you a big hug.
Thanks for not giving up on me.
You don't have to be the Elkhorn Station poltergeist. Not anymore. None of it makes you miserable. Get out of here.
This is all your fault.
How's it my fault?
You knew bringing a human here was dangerous.
Says the ghost gobbling demon.
Ah, right. Toto, where the hell were you?
Who cares? I was there to protect my human, and that's what matters.
You did the bare minimum.
Bite your tongue.
I knew everything would work out.
Stop lying to yourself, Atlas.
But I really can't see the future.
Then prove it, Mothball.
Just look, Eve is waking up! I feel terrible. Thank goodness you're okay. Charlotte leaps into your arms, nuzzling against your neck and purrs. Aw. That's my human! More importantly, that loathsome ghost is gone. Jamie lets out a sigh of relief. Yeah, let's get the heck out of here. Peter was upon a lump forming the back of your throat. Trailing behind the group, you stare down at the ground, listening to the cold gravel crunching underneath your shoes. It's going to a stop. The group reaches the card, watching as you dig around in your pocket and pull out a set of car keys. The crew takes one last look back at the abandoned station. Watches cracks and vines climb up its walls. The radio tower is starting to rust over as the gleaming red beacon at the top flickers, then blinks out. Something wrong? You look distressed. Jamie places a clawed hand on her shoulder. Oh yeah, it's cool. Don't worry about me. Do you mind if we catch a ride with you? My nerves are killing me. And can we crash at your place? I'd rather not risk breaking my house, make us at this hour. We don't mind. More the meowier. Don't just answer for me. Well, I figure you could use the company. I do love sleeps. Fine, not like I have a choice then. Here. What's wrong? Is it the Gus thing? He's a sweet guy once you get past the shedding. No, I don't know how to feel. Didn't get any answers about the stupid curse. I nearly died, and now my one source of information is gone. Good information, anyway. I'm I'm a great source of information. Every rumor holds a speck of truth. Like eating spiders in your sleep. Atlas, that rumor was debunked. I need you to know this. Oh, thank God. For real, though, are you guys okay? I'm great. Tired. I'll be okay, just really sick of that color green. Boy, I hear ya. Was kinda cool being the tall one for a second there. You and Jamie exchange word glances. Nah, I still prefer you blind-sized. Yeah, let's never do that again. Don't worry, little guy. I'm sure you looked cool. Finally into the car, you flick on the headlights and turn the key, pulling out of the parking lot away from the abandoned radio station. Straining through the woods, you click on the radio back to channel 103.1. Your heart sinks as all you hear is static drowning out the hum of the car's engine. The show's really over. 103.1 is nothing but dead air on the radio waves. Taking a deep breath, you finally muster up the courage to change the channel, flipping back to a generic oldie station. Looking over your shoulder, you see Jamie resting their head against the car window, already dozing. At least Tara looks adorable, all curled up in Jamie's arms. Your cell phone chimes in the cup holder, and much to your dismay, it's a phone call. The number is a garbled mess of words and numbers, even the screen is glitching out. Okay, let's check. The phone in your grasp shudders. The screen glitching out as a mass of green ooze squeezes itself through the dock connector. With a wet splat, the slime ball picks itself up and forms a small glowing orb. Hey, hey, hey! Hang up! I'm finally free! Sure, I lost a few limbs, but I'm free! Seriously camping out in my phone? I thought you died! Bingo, no way am I beeping it yet. I've got a ton of life left in me. Wow, how? Tying yourself to a person takes a lot of negative energy, so I figured, why not try a smartphone instead? This thing's jam-packed with bad vibes. But you can just leave. You're the Elkhorn radio ghost. Not anymore. You. A gout of steam curls from Jamie's jaws, heat rising off the awakened demon. Your wild eyes locked onto the glowing green orb, who speaks out in fear. Wretches, you dare to show your face after what you've done? Jamie? Jamie, be cool. Remember what we practiced? Be cool. Yeah, bonehead. Jamie throws their claws around forward, slashing at Mike, who bounces around the passenger seat. Punching a ghost while he's down, huh? Typical demon. The ghost starts around the car, taunting the demon while freakishly dodging Jamie's claw swipes. Eve, eyes on the road! I'm trying! I'm going to devour your soul! Punch me out! Coming up fast, a hulking figure stands wide-eyed out on the road, staring blankly at the car racing towards them. Atlas frantically grabs at the wheel. Ah! The car skids forward, screaming as you slam on the brakes. The shock of your harsh brake hits you. Your senses begin flooding back all at once. With each newly regained sensation you fear the most, you expect to smell smoke filling the car, feeling an airbag smothering your face, or taste the sting of blood in your mouth. Luckily, none of that's the case. The car and the passengers within it are mostly unharmed, save some mental scarring. Jamie and Atlas attempt to regain their composure, while Taro's shocked expression tells you she probably has 8 lives now. You gaze out the windshield, which dawns a crack across its face. Your vehicle is stopped in the middle of the road, and before you stand, a big, scary dog! Taro squeezes herself under the car seat, cowering. Oh gosh, oh geez! Atlas unbuckles and kicks the side door open and scrabbles out of the car. Is everyone okay? I'm hanging in there. Not you. Atlas tries swatting Mike away like a pesky mosquito, but the ghost is unfazed as Atlas's fluffy hand passes clean through him. Ouch. Glad you guys are alright. The towering demon emerges from your car and glares down at the glowing green orb. They frown only to let out an exasperated sigh. Our battle will have to wait. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Mike flips back into your phone. Please keep that horrible hairy monster away from me. Not a problem. We'll just apologize over the big guy ride home and boom, we're in the clear. Let's just bail. Not happening. Shh. Everyone knows you can't outrun a werewolf. I wasn't worried about that. The Mothman glances around and picks up the largest stick he can find. Do you have a death wish? Don't worry, Jamie. I've got reflexes of a housefly.
Idiotic.
Okay, Mothman. Atlas turns away from Jamie and immediately begins to poke the heaping pile of fur with the stick. Hey, buddy, are you alright down there? I'm just gonna stand over there, away from whatever you're doing. Moonlight pours through the thick tree line, a silvery light cast over the large beast fallen in the dirt. As Atlas pokes the beast, he begins to stir, his thick claws scraping through the earth with flexing muscles. The werewolf picks himself off the ground, rips the stick out of Atlas's grasp, and snaps it in half.
You hit me with your car!
It was an accident! The werewolf roars, his voice a jumbled snarl mixed with the bellow of a man. Oh dear. This werewolf is howling mad. Arching his back, the werewolf winces as his bones snap back into place, regaining 12 HP. Okay, they'll say. Let's see. It's physical, it's what, and... So we're gonna need to physical. By Wolfman's spores. It's not a full moon. Atlas stammers, his feather standing on it. You're supposed to babysit. Wolfman roars, his wild eyes glaring down at the little Mothman. Remember? Wait, August?
I can't know. June's fast asleep and you're nowhere to be found!
August passes back and forth and eyeing the Mothman like a beast ready to strike.
Follow my nose, I find you're out here partying with your friends!
You know him? Yes, this is August, my favorite housemate and best friend. You would never mull me over a scheduling slip-up, right? Housemate, you're a pest! Hey! Jamie bristles with anger, the flame atop their head shooting off sparks. I know you didn't mean that. Hey, let's all just pump the brakes. Like when you hit me with your car. He takes 8 emotional damage. Don't take this out on Eve. You're the one standing in the middle of the road. See? This is the problem. I try to have an honest dialogue, and you yell at me. You're a slacker. You never do what you're told, and the time I ask you to sit your butt down for the evening, you leave. Oh yeah, once Hazel got home from work. August looks like he's about to explode. I baked the macaroni casserole like you asked. Did you turn off the oven? This is going nowhere. Jamie clears their throat and flies the Mothman behind them. What Atlas was trying to say is that he is very sorry. I'm going to tear your feelers off. I know he can be a hassle, but thanks for giving Atlas a safe place to stay. Jamie places a gentle hand on to the Wolfman's shoulder. Tearing his arm away, August snaps at Jamie, trying to bite them as they yank their hand back. Don't bite me. You're so close, why doesn't he follow you home? I live in a bad part of town. The abandoned mine. Don't even deep in catacombs, actually. Yeesh, house rent. Rough. Agata only accepts mail checks. What is happening? I wasn't out partying, Gus. We were searching for clues relating to Eve's curse. Werewolf grunts, his amber eyes drifting down before resting on you. He's staring at you now. You don't look cursed. It's like a feeling of unease. Something terrible is going to happen to me, and I can't stop it. I don't even know what it is. You look down at the ground, shuffling your toes across the dirt. My curse isn't nearly as cool as yours. Bending to the whims of the celestial body isn't something I'd call cool. It's tragic and dangerous. I guess. No way! Werewolves are cool! Oh yeah. Scaring backpackers, howling at the moon, and you stopped a moving car with your face! August sighs and shakes his head.
You could have just apologized.
Can I give you a ride to the hospital?
If you could find a veterinarian at this hour.
Hold on. There we go. The Wolfman's guffaw is cut short by a sharp yelp, and he winces. August, don't die! I'm sorry, you were counting on me. I should have been responsible. I'm not gonna die, it's my stupid curse wearing off. Oh. What moon phase are we in? The first quarter.
Now that explains it.
Explains what? August's monstrous form begins to waver as he starts to trudge off, leaving him teetering forward before dropping to one knee. He takes a sharp breath before collapsing onto the ground, totally unconscious. You know absolutely nothing about cryptid care and aren't sure how to help. Should we take him to a hospital? Does Longhope have a hospital? They have gas station sushi, so they have to have hospitals, right? You want nothing but to face plant into a bed and never speak of this again.
Well, well, well.
Well, you losers, we're busy fighting. I call emergency services. Some cat from Hocus Health Center and Potion should be here any minute. I suppose that answers your question of the state of healthcare in the cryptid world. Really? Someone's gotta be a responsible adult around here. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, whatever. Jamie turns towards the ghost and smiles awkwardly. Madhouse scowls in response. You were a formidable foe, Madhouse Mike. It was wrong of me to attack you in your current state, considering the unfair advantage. Bonehead, you cheeky devil. Maybe wait until we're out of moving vehicle next time. Just a thought. Eve, please let me fix this. We'll worry about it tomorrow. Is this scary dog man dead? No, August is still breathing, just blacked out. Oh. Swerving down the road, a jet black SUV decorated in streaks and white skids to a stop next to the party. A pair of red lights flashing.
Hey!
You were supposed to call an ambulance, not a funeral couch. I can't afford to be picky. Out of the way! The driver door opens and a stark white raven flutters onto the scene. A huge muzzled cryptid dressed in a gray jumpsuit and trailing close behind. Come on, get him in the cabin. Was that the bird driving? We're short-staffed. The tall cryptid reaches into his jumpsuit and pulls out a pen and clipboard. Looks like he passed out from exhaustion. Werewolves with their invisibility complex. We'll get him patched up. What about the police reports? Do cryptids have insurance? Who do I talk about this? Humans. Throwing his eyebrows, the larger cryptid brings a hand up and flicks to the raven. He'll be fine, I swear. After the coma, maybe. Exhaling a gout of steam, the muzzled cryptid's hair bristles as he glares at the bird. Just kidding. Don't worry about any of that fluff. Werewolves are incredibly resilient. With a low growl, the larger cryptid holds the clipboard out to you, expecting you to sign a paper. It's some sort of waiver, a werewolf-specific one at that. What's this? A werewolf attack report! Oz here keeps track of sightings! Yeah, I don't know. Eve's not signing anything. Atlas huffs, handing the waiver back to the muzzled cryptid, who glowers down at the Mothman. You weren't bit, were you? No one got bit.
Uh-huh, I'm listening.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you guys can go now.
Listen here!
Hey, bud, we're just doing our job. Let's go, Oz. With a nod and a flit of his wings, the Raven swoops back to the ambulance. Skipping Og's unconscious form off the ground, Oz carries him away to the midnight cab. Maybe one of us should have stayed with August. Atlas watches as the SUV roars to life and veers away. You okay to drive? No, totally. Let me just rest my eyes, standing up. We should get her home. In a blink, you're being carried to the backseat of your car by Jamie. With another, you're on the ground as Atlas snoozes in the passenger seat, and Jamie drives quietly. Nodding off in the backseat, you hold Tara in your arms and blink awake as you see the car slow to a stop in the parking lot. You stealthily yawn and carry your cat up the stairs, leading the three cryptids into your suite. Before fully succumbing to sleep, you look over the side of your bed. Atlas is on the floor of your bedside, resting on a couch, cushions, mattress, and throw a blanket. Light flickers off, and you catch a glimpse of Jamie quietly closing your bedroom door. Lying on the bed of your childhood home, you grip the Polaroid camera in your hands. Tonight, you're finally going to catch that monster on tape. You scoot towards the window and peek through the blinds, angling your flashlight through the glass. The backyard is empty, and not even your neighbor's cat is outside, yowling on the fence. With a sigh, you lower your camera and close your eyes. Maybe it was all a dream. You snap awake at the sound of knocking against your window, leaving you scrambling for your camera. Oh my gosh! Knock, knock. You fumble with the camera and yank the window blinds open, a pair of massive red eyes gazing back at you. You've never seen anything like this before, now's your chance. Seize this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Flash. You take the photo, leaving the creature squealing and tumbling from the window, blinded by the flash. Success! You silently fist bump the air and peer through the window, trying to see where the creature had gone. Finding the window, you hear a squeaky voice coming from the bushes below.
Ow! Why would you do that?
You can talk? Yeah, I can talk. I'm not some sort of boogeyman. Why were you peeking through my window? You left your lights on. Are you scared of the dark or something? No way. The strange creature places wings and flutters back up to your window, resting against a windowsill. You should be more careful. Resting in the lamplight is a short, scruffy creature with inky feathers and a pair of antennae. He's wearing a loose t-shirt and goggles. One of his knees is all bandaged up. What are you?
I'm Atlas!
That's a silly name. Oh yeah? What's your name? Eve? Well, Eve, you're a weirdo. You're a talking bug. Unless you hadn't noticed. I'm a moth, not a bug. Is that why you keep knocking on my window? Yeah. Sorry about that, moth vision. Maybe keep the lights off next time? You never know what it might attract. Like what? Cryptids like me. Click. Atlas perks up his feelers to one side as his gaze shifts. Glancing over your shoulder, he blinks. Look, I gotta go. Hearing footsteps creaking. Towards your room, you look towards the door. Atlas? You glance back at the window to find the Mothman is gone. A low growl rumbles from the hallway, the door to your room creaking open as the sound of footsteps is replaced with a dragging, scraping noise. Huh? Sinking into the room is the outline of your mother's shadow, but instead of flicking on the lights and scolding you for staying past your bedtime, she lets out a wheeze and a twisted jumble of words leave her mouth. Lights out. Mom? You clutch the camera in your shaking hands and angle it up towards the shambling creature. The shadowy creature takes on a different, more nightmarish shape. A dozen blue eyes peeling open from its flesh. The shadowy creature growls and squeaks, trying to make out words you can't possibly understand. You've never seen anything like this before. Now's your chance. Mom? You clutch the camera in your shaking hands, angling it towards the shambling creature. You can't take the photo. Your mind is splintering. You can't think or move. With one last breath, you slump to one side and your vision snaps to black. I'm sorry. You're woken by the sharp yell of Taro, who's staring you down with a scowl.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Taro? You were thrashing around in your sleep and nearly kicked me off the bed. I had an awful dream, and Atlas was in it. Yeah, that does sound awful. Are nightmares a common thing with you? Not since I moved out. You're exhausted and more than grumpy this morning. Well, I'm glad you're awake. Taro brings a paw to her chin and thinks for a moment. You can describe your dream while you fix me breakfast. You sure? It's a doozy. Pulling out of bed, you nearly step on Atlas, who's still asleep on the floor. Taro slowly floats towards the sleeping Atlas and bares her fangs, a twinkle in her eye. Let's pluck him. Let's not. You tiptoe around the Mothman and go about your usual morning routine, showering, getting dressed, all without waking up Atlas, somehow. So, about that dream you had. Describe the nightmare to the little phantom cat as you pour yourself a bowl of cereal.
Wow, that is bad. Nightmares are supposed to be about giant vacuums or eating dry cat food.
Dry cat food? Yes, brainless stuff, nothing too scary. You need something to ward off these bad dreams. Yeah, with healthy diet and a regular sleeping schedule, I get it. Maybe I'm just stressed.
No, silly.
It sounds like your dreams are being invaded by an otherworldly force. Taro's gaze trails down and rests on your cell phone laying on the counter. You think a madhouse is causing this? Perhaps. You tap your phone and the screen flickers green.
Hey, I'm a little helpless ghosty guy.
See? Suspicious. That's just my voice. If you're so sure, why were you sneaking around last night? That was you digging around the pantry. I'm incorporeal. You think a plastic container can keep me out? That explains my food budget. Are you sure this cat's a ghost? Because the last I checked, ghosts don't eat. Have you ever tried? Plenty of times, but the pizza delivery guys never got past the barbed wire. Almost like they'd get murderlated. Mike and Taro glare at each other. So, we know it's not a madhouse. If you need a good luck charm to scare out bad vibes, I could lend you my hat. Aw, that's oddly sweet of you. Not this hat, but the real one. Still, I know it means a lot to you. Didn't you die wearing that hat? That doesn't make it any less lucky. No one's gonna rob a grave. Hey, for your stinky hat.
Are you kidding? I'm an urban legend! That hat's gotta be worth a fortune. Even more now that I'm dead.
I'm certain any charm would do. Where would I find something like that? I mean, have a lucky feather, but this seems like a little more extreme. You're gonna need some big magic. There's plenty of chic boutiques around here full of shiny rocks and candles. I'm certain they'll have something to ward off these bad dreams. Sounds like a solid excuse to go out. All that flowery junk is fake. If you want real magic, Edith's potion shop is just around the corner. She paid for an ad for Creed once. Oh, like that sounds any better. It's worth a shot. Alright, we'll stop by Edith's. Sweet. What about Atlas? Shh, he'll be fine. Scooping up your keys and wallet, you stuff your things into your pockets and out the door. Yeah, he'll be fine. Okay, I'm finished the first chapter, so I think I'm gonna take a break from this one. I still have one more game I wanted to do. So let's see if I can get that one started. I'll be right back. The game I'm playing this time is called... Hold on. Vampires in Your Area. Basically, it's like the plotline is like going through dating apps and fun, and the main character's taste is vampires. So they just, well, and you try to find a local vampire who would be willing to date you. So, I'm not sure. First, I have a pupper who needs his walkies for the night, so I'll come back to you on this one. And hopefully it won't take that long, okay. let's see. So yeah, there's some talk there. From what I gather about this game, there's toxic implications here. There. Okay, I'll go with this one. So how do I continue this? Okay. Drag your feet up the stairs and down the halls of your apartment building. It was a long day at the Space Cafe and making drinks and politely listening to some regulars making the same small talk. Weather has been weird lately. Can you believe it's a new year already? It's so busy here today, huh? You reached the hallway to your apartment. No matter, you're off work now, and had a few days off too, which was rare. You were free to spend a few days lazing about, reading your favorite magazine and doing some sketching. You fiddled your keys in the door and trying to coax the cheap lock to cooperate. Another complaint for the landlord. Just then, muffled yelling made its way out into the hallway. You could only sigh. You always do this. Oh, sure, it's always my fault. My parents are coming all the way from the Pleiades. I told you weeks ago. Whatever, I'm sick of this. I'm leaving. The door across from you jerked open, and a short Martian stopped out, slamming the door behind him, marching away down the hall. As you finally got your door unlocked, you could hear muffled sobbing. You winced sympathetically. Not even aliens could avoid the many pitfalls of a relationship drama. You shook your head. You were going to be different. Someday soon you would find a real love, and you'd have your happily ever after. Nothing was going to stop you. You fell into your apartment and on your face. Huh? Look back to find a small box right outside your door. You must have been so preoccupied that you missed it. Not even bothering to get up, you dragged the box over. I'm certain I wasn't expecting a delivery. Violet Heights, apartment 8, Constellation City. Wanted Illis Claire. You groaned and got up. This was the second time this week that you had received someone else's mail. You were starting to seriously suspect that the delivery man just wanted to mess with you. With some effort, you picked up the box and carried it over to your neighbor. You knocked on the door. No response. Illis, the man who lived there, was always on the go, so no surprise he wasn't home. You gently placed the box in front of the door. You should probably leave him a note. You grabbed a sticky note and pen from your apartment and scribbled down on a note. This was in front of my door, Eve. Hopefully you hadn't damaged it when you fell over it. Your efforts were wasted, though, as the door pulled open, revealing not your neighbor. Can I help you? Your usual neighbor was a middle-aged man with black hair and warm brown eyes. The complete opposite of the man before you right now. This man had pale blue hair and was considerably taller. He also wasn't wearing a shirt, but you tried your best not to focus on that. Ellis? He smirked at that. Do I look like Ellis? No? So are you gonna tell me what you want, or I got... Oh, this is awkward. I got Ellis's mail by mistake. The man bent down to pick up the box, pausing to regard the note sticking out. Eve, huh? He smirked at you. How neighborly of you. I'll give this to Ellis when he gets back. Before you could get a change to reply, he stepped back inside and closed the door. You were left standing in the hallway confused. That was so rude. After another moment, you returned to your own apartment. You grabbed a drink from the fridge and some leftovers before finally reaching your bedroom. And click on something, then click on the PC, and when you're done, your cow plush. This plushie is very sentimental. Your last boyfriend had been disappointing in many ways. Mostly he kept ditching you during dates. Work, he said. Work turned out to be that harpy he was always with. Whatever, she could have him. You decided to buy yourself an emotional support cow instead. Benjamin the cow was way more comforting to have around. Your sketchbook. Once you had dreamed of becoming an artist for a Rogue magazine, but turns out the starving artist stereotype exists for a reason. Rogue magazine. It always has the hottest gossip and advice. One time the horoscope even predicted the end of a relationship for you. And again, the witch writing the horoscopes is world famous, so it makes sense. The best thing about it is the quizzes, though. Your co-workers at the cafe always laugh at you for doing the quizzes in your breaks. But they're wrong. You won't be discouraged so easily. Love quiz. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay. Do you breathe oxygen? Yes. Do you have a heartbeat? Yes. Do you enjoy games? Yes. Okay. This is a very obscure. This has very. Okay. Your ideal type vampire. Leave the boring logic to others. Throw a caution to the wind and chase that love. It's closer than you think. If Rogue magazine says a vampire is your ideal match, then a vampire is your ideal match. Sticky notes. Something about putting away and folding your laundry and reading a book, taking up yoga. One of these days I'll get to these things. The lead singer of Zup. She's so cool. Pretty successful in a happy relationship, unlike you. Soda. Everyone agrees citrus stardust is the best soda flavor, followed closely by bubble blue potion. Your apartment may be cheap and small, and your neighbors may be loud and annoying, but you sure did get lucky to have a nice view of Constellation City. A CD. If only you'd written down what you had burned onto this. It probably has some weird folk from that brief phase you went through. Barely opened the news page when a pop-up appeared. That's sort of suspicious. But this might be a sign from the universe. Okay. Nope. I guess I'm doing this. What's your username? Okay, so I'm going with Beef Wishes. Welcome to Vamp Chat. Welcome to Vamp Chat. You have been matched with Blood Cake. Huh? Hi. Are you a guy? No, I'm not. Sorry. Good luck on here. You too. Bloody Cupcake has left the chat. You've been matched with Bennett. Hey! Sup? You down for some fun? What? Oh, come on, send me your address. I'll make it worth it. You have left a chat. Dem Knox. Okay. XX, Dem Knox, and XX. Okay. You glanced out your window. It was dark already. I'll try one more time and then I'll go to bed. Hey. Hi. So, question. Please don't ask for my address. I was gonna ask what your blood type was, but now I'm intrigued. Sorry, just a bad day today. Here, you could have my address instead as a peace offering. Haha, very funny. Violet Heights, Apartment 8, Constellation City. You! Me? Yes, you, the weird guy next door! Oh. Oh, you! That's my line! And your apartment 10, not 8, that's why I keep getting the wrong mail! Oh no. Gosh forbid you have to take 3 steps over there. You might damage more of my mail. Damage? You burst several of my blood bags. I wouldn't have kicked it if it hadn't been in front of my door. You kicked my mail? When I fell over it. Is it my fault you can't look where you're going? Leave chat. 2 years later. Wait, seriously? 2 years? Ring, ring, ring. Yes? Really? That's incredible news, thank you! You put down the telephone and excitedly jumped up and down a few times. Love hadn't worked out for you, and you never did meet the vampire of your dreams, but you had just gotten your dream job, and that was more than enough. Surely you had been a little broken up about being alone at first, but honestly, time mended that wound beautifully. Spending more time with yourself had taught you a lot, and now you had a bunch of free time to spend on friends and personal goals. Maybe love would still come, or maybe it wouldn't. One thing was for certain, though. You knew who would handle whatever life threw at you, even if you did it alone. You wouldn't just succeed, you would thrive. Eh? The end. What? What? I'm guessing this was a demo? Wait, did it say it was a demo? I think this was maybe a demo. Okay, so I guess that was, vampires in your area. So, okay. So far it's very cute. So, yeah, if it gets fully released, I might check it out. And right now, it is getting very late. So, I think I'll stop here. So, thank you all who have come to watch my stream and my playthrough of multiple indie games. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Okay, Vampires in Your Area is made by Carzy Cat. spelled C-A-R-Z-I-E-C-A-T. So anyway, again, thank you all, and also don't forget to, for those who haven't yet, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow me on Twitch, and check out my Ko-fi page where I do art commissions. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful life. Okay? Okay. Bye!